You are entering a mock draft live stream. Please stand by for Smitty.
Smitty is live Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern.
You are entering a mock draft live stream. Please stand by for Smitty. You are entering a mock draft live stream. Please stand by for Smitty. You are entering a mock draft live stream. Please stand by for Smitty. You are entering a mock draft live stream. Please stand by for Smitty. You are entering a mock draft live stream.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios. It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live! Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern.
What is going on, good people? It is mock draft time. And on that note,
It's time to mock draft.
let's go. Okay, right in front of your face is a board. I'm going to share this link in 1 second with the mock draft group. So let me grab it and then we'll punch it. Appreciate everybody being here. Man, I don't know if you guys followed what was going on. Let's see here. I'm going to drop this link right here for my mock draft group. Jump in there, guys. I don't know if you guys were following what was going on Instagram, but I went and did this medieval times thing with Miss Smitty's work, and it was awesome. Like, I know as I get older, I appreciate things like that more. When I was younger, I would have been caught dead doing something like that. It's kind of like theater in a way, but it's like you eat, they bring you food, they bring you drinks, and the entire time you're watching this, like, you know, fighting stuff take place, and it was absolutely awesome. But anyway, back from that, full belly, had a blast, and we're ready to mock draft. We'll be doing this about an hour. I don't know if we're going to go much over an hour today. But I sent out the link there. I'm going to send out the link to the Graveyard Crew as well. So if you want to be a part of these, you got to DM me on Instagram and get into these mock drafts. Graveyard Shift link just went out. Get some. And then I'll drop the link in here after everybody fills it from those two chats. Edgar, what's up? Jordan, what's going on? Meet the Woo, what's up? Mighty Buffoon, what's up? Pearson, what's up? Money, what's up? Carter. But if you missed my stories, go to my Instagram, The Fantasy Football Show. You can get my IG right here. Go check out the stories and check out my whole night. I normally don't post this much from one location when I'm out doing something, like eating or whatever, but there's like 20 stories and I was having a blast, man. I was turning the phone around. I'm like, Brace Hall. Like, I was going nuts, man. It was absolutely funny. Here's the link. I'm going to drop it in the live chat. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. Get some. Smitty's drafting from the 12 spot. From the ESPN mock. Let's see. 40. We can fill this up. Snake 12 team. Pro Snake 12. Join this league. Copy the link. Who did what here? Tucker with a super chat. Tucker, appreciate you. Good buddy, good pal. If you've got a question, drop a question and I'll definitely answer. But man, I'm full. I had chicken. Amazing food. Amazing food. Here's that ESPN draft right here. Jump into the ESPN draft right now. And let's roll. This draft is full. We'll start it right now. Hefe's on the clock. Ron Navy's in here. Conklin's in here. Rock Out's in here. Frake. Buckets. Double A. King. Herbert. Myself. Got Brian in the house. Let's go. Let's go. ESPN draft is going to fill up pretty quickly. Let's see here. Oh, we're doing 10 second. I'm sorry, guys. Hold on. Pause draft. Let me go ahead and revert these. Remove. I think everybody else got their picks in good enough, but I apologize for the 10-second timer. I always do that. I don't know if we're gonna make it more than the 5 rounds right now. I kind of feel like just rolling through it. Okay, go. Team 4. Team 4, if you need to take control of your team again. I don't know if they left. Just unselect auto. Conklin's on the clock. Sorry about that, Ron and Mondo and Hefe. Hefe had it under control. Didn't get in, but here to watch. Well, did you get in the ESPN draft? Is that full? That one's full. We're doing more. Don't worry. Meet the Woo. Meet the Woo. Send me a DM on IG. Burrow going around 7-8 on ESPN. It's crazy, Squill. It's crazy. It's absolute taking candy from a baby. Tucker, I think, dropped a question. Okay. Thank you for the super chat, Tucker. Appreciate you. 10-man league. I got the 9 pick. I'm targeting Chase, Swift, Brees, and ETN first 4 rounds. What are my thoughts on that? Chase and Swift would be home run, bro. Absolutely. I mean, Chase and Javonte, Chase and Swift, JJ and Swift, JJ and Javonte. You like literally can't get better than that from anywhere in a pick that you could land Jamar Chase. You know what I mean? Unbelievable team. And Brees in 3, ETN in 4, or ETN in 3, Brees in 4. You might have to go ETN in round 3 and Brees in 4. Depends on your league, or depends on the pre-rank list. It depends on where ETN's being suggested. Definitely use the pre-rank list and the flow to your advantage. But love it, bro. I mean, that's a Smitty approved team. You know what I mean? So, and I don't care about the 1 wide receiver and the 3 running backs when you have those players. So, totally on board, 1,000% on that plan of attack. Let's go Adams, and then I'm not going to take Javonte because I'm going to be partially responsible for bumping his ADP up so much. So let's go double wide, and I'll stop drafting Javonte over and over and over from the 12th spot. I don't want to attribute, to his climbing ADP. You guys can. I'm not telling you guys not to draft him. I'm not going to continuously do it. Maybe I do it next draft, but that's fine. King Money, Mixon, and Javonte, crushing that. Henry, Diggs, phenomenal if Henry stays healthy. I think that's packaged in risk. I don't think Henry's going to fall that far in a normal draft, but if he did, it would be packaged in pretty much. I mean, for a while, you could trade him on the high if you felt like, okay, maybe I'm a little worried about this offense. He was good one week, not another week, but I could still sell him high. You know, Henry should be definitely tradable at 1.11 value, or you hold on to him, and if you miss 4 games or something, you could still probably earn that value the way that he could play if he played well for even 12, 15, 14 games. Adams and Lamb, we'll see what happens to me at running back, but I obviously love the duo. Waiting room. Enter the draft. Minute 53 seconds left before that draft begins. Swift and Debo, you could only dream to get Debo Samuel at 2.5 if you end up getting... Oh, God, I'm not even sharing my screen. I've had such a long night. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm not even sharing my screen. There we go. 55 of you in here, punch that thumb up button. I'm sure the replay value of that show up to this point is not going to be the most amazing because I didn't have my screen up. But Jonathan Taylor, Christian McCaffrey, Justin Jefferson, Eckler went 1, 2, 3, 4. Jamar Chase went 5. Cooper Kupp went 6. Najee Harris went 7. DeAndre Swift went 8. Cook, Mixon, Henry, Adams, and then at that turn, I got Adams and Lamb. Avatar dropping just a monster wad on the screen here.
Let's go! Mashed potatoes!
Yeah, buddy. I appreciate that, Avatar. You are... Whoops. Sorry, wrong button. Avatar, you are a maniac. You are a monster. You are a machine. You are the man. Avatar dropping a $20 wad to the moon. Thanks for all you do for us. Thank you for all you do for me. I work for you, Avatar, and I appreciate you. So thank you for helping keep the show going at the capacity and level that we're bringing it. And I'm telling you right now, guys, I am so... I know we're doing good, okay? I mean, I have a good sense of how good we're doing. We're doing very well. The show grows. Everyone that finds it loves it. To the most, you're always going to have haters, but I mean, we're doing things right. You could feel it, but I'm so excited about what kind of content you're going to get and how fast we're going to grow, and it's only going to be amazing for us to grow. I promise you it won't be a scenario where we get so big I stop talking to you. Let me clear the air on that fear that you might have. Like, hey, once this gets bigger, is Smitty not going to talk to the chat, or he's not going to... We're going to have certain shows dedicated for that to ensure that's all I do. So the 7 p.m. show is a news show. It's an NFL show. It's not just a fantasy show. I take pride in the 7 p.m. show Monday through Friday being more of a news NFL show than it is a fantasy show. Even though I cover fantasy the entire time, it's like both. You're getting the best of both worlds. But I take pride in not mock drafting and attacking all the breaking news. You literally could be a non-fantasy person and live for the Monday through Friday 7 p.m. show. That's my goal. I want to consume all the NFL fans and fantasy fans for the Monday through Friday show. But no matter how big we get, your boy Smitty is going to sit here and do Q&A shows where we're going to do I think it's going to be a Friday show or a Saturday show where I literally sit in front of the chat and I read every single question speed round style. And we're going to have so many people in here. Right now we have, it's late, 63 people in here. We're going to have 300 or whatever during the Start Bench show or more. And the chat's going to go, and I'm literally going to answer only short questions and do an hour and a half straight of going, let's practice. Everybody ask a question. Let's try it. Let me show you the style. Let me show you how this is going to be. So it's going to be at least a weekly show, 1 week. Go. Everybody ask a question. Everybody ask a short question. This is how it's going to roll. Oh, I'm on the clock. DK's there. Oh, got him on the clock in both drafts. Debo. Let's go. Let's go CD Lamb. I don't even know who's on the clock in that draft. Okay. DK's available. George Kittle's available. I'm going to time out, so I had to go Mahomes. I just had to punch something. And running back. Oh, I'm going to be crushed at running back. I guess I'll try Monty. We'll just see how that team looks. I don't like that team already. All right, here we go. This is how the new show, the speed round question and answer show is going to go. The entire hour to an hour and a half. Ready? Let's try it out. Here we go.
It is time for the speed question and answer segment.
Welcome to the speed question and answer show. We are live still doing the mock draft. This is me testing it out. Let's see how this show is going to go. Ready? Here we go. Here we go. Boom, boom, boom. Super Bowl prediction. We're going with the Chargers against the Rams, with the Niners almost beating off the Rams. I'm on the clock over in this draft. Let me take real quickly. Dalvin Cook, sure. Okay. Earliest you take Debo would be 13 overall. Mooney ceiling, we're going to say Mooney ceiling is probably going to be high-end wide receiver 3, but he could flirt with wide receiver 2 numbers, but you want to definitely stay away from that. Let that be gravy. McKenzie, I think McKenzie is decent, but you don't even know if he's going to be that next guy up after the big two, Gabe Davis and Diggs. So we're not even sure if he's going to be the guy, but he could be, so there's some upside there. Dynasty upside for sure. Roster of backup tight end depends on how big your league is. There's so many factors I can't even answer that question, but I would say that a lot of times I draft a tight end like Knox, and Freiermuth is still there at 12. He's banged up right now. Freiermuth might even be a 12 or 13 rounder right now. Does Julio Jones joining the Bucs affect Evans' value? Not Evans, but it probably affects Russell Gage, but I don't know to what degree. Maybe it affects his ADP more than it actually affects his value. So give me Russell Gage even later now, and I probably like him more because of that. Campbell having a good camp, I guess. Yeah, I suppose. Best players available strategy, meaning, what does it mean to be best player available? It does not mean draft off ADP, young man. It means draft the best player that could explode from their draft value and win your league. Every time you're on the clock, who can win a league? Whose ceiling is literally, did I get skipped? No, I didn't. I'm 13 picks away. This is the new show. And the new show, the Speed Q&A show. Who likes this format? You literally are going to get every question you ask me answer, because I can flow that way. We're going to drop this show once a week, and it's going to be some of your favorite content, I think, all year long. You're going to love the Q&A, the Speed Q&A show. I don't know what we'll call it. Maybe we'll rename it to something else, but I'm literally going to blast through question after question. And I'm so excited about this show, okay? Number 1, I'm excited about this show. Number 2, I'm excited about the waiver wire show. Number 3, I'm excited about the panic chamber. Number 4, I'm excited about the buy low, sell high show. Literally 4 shows you're going to look forward to every single day on different days. And I'll have the schedule breakdown later. But it's going to be phenomenal. And I have a feeling lightning round. I like that. That sounds a little bit better. Let's lightning round, but it's not a round, it's a lightning show. So like, how do we name it lightning round? But this is just one we're gonna have a schedule that no one's gonna top it. Our live stream schedule is gonna blow everyone out of the water. Not only are we live Monday through Friday 7 p.m. Eastern for a news show, compartmentalized to news and NFL, and I cover fantasy the whole time, but it's a news show. I'm gonna have every other evening covered with some amazing content that I'm so excited. Like, I'm not saying this in like an arrogant way. I'm saying this in an exciting way. I'm trying to let you guys know how amped I am, because if I'm amped about it, I can only imagine how amped you're going to be when you experience it. So that's going to be what we're dealing with. Okay, let's get back to the mock drafting. But I just want to give you guys a taste of what the news shows, or the lightning round show, whatever we're gonna name it, speed show, the show on crack, the moon show, the moon show. What kind of show is this? Oh my god! Can we get a sponsor for the moon show? Oh, by the way, we have similar. Actually, we have a sponsor Monday or Tuesday that's going to be very similar to this topic. So get ready for it. Double A on the clock here. Let's go over this draft. I'm 2 picks away in this one. I don't even know who I drafted over here. Cook and Lamb. I don't hate it, but it definitely wasn't something I was trying to do. I always treat the ESPN draft like a redheaded stepchild. Taylor, Allen, Brown, Mike Williams, Mitchell. Very good team, Hefe. Probably top 5. I'm on the clock here. Oh, there's Gibson. I'm fading Gibson for sure, but this is like we said 4th round. We're at the bottom of 5. Like this is 6th round. This is a 6th round pick right here. So Gibby's fine. Wow. You get a wow now when you draft Gibby at 5.12. That's unbelievable. 5.12 a wow. Let's go to quarterback. Josh Allen's still there. I got to take Josh Allen. Rockout dropped a super. Thank you, Rockout. Appreciate you. Bad draft for me. Hey, it happens all the time. Do you know how many drafts I can't stand after I'm done? Team reviews. Yeah, Conklin, we're doing team reviews right now. Appreciate you. Rockout. Appreciate Rockout. Okay. So this team right here, Hefe, top 5. McCaffrey, Barkley, Keenan Allen, Elliott, Jackson. It'll be interesting to see where we draft Elliott as a group because we're a little down on him. Maybe I'm so down on him, people try and, stay away because they think I'm going to roast the team or something. You take him wherever you want. I may not like it, but it's fine. Do you? I think Elliott in 4 is very comfortable, especially if you cuff him to Pollard, which should be very doable, especially with the news breaking that Elliott's going to be fed a lot. It doesn't mean he'll stay healthy. You know what I mean? So people are going to, I think, take that and run with it and think that he's going to be a monster because they said he's going to get a lot of run. Well, getting a lot of run doesn't mean it's going to. Oh, I could go Kyle Pitts here. I could go DK Metcalf. Let's go Kyle Pitts and see what. It's a very balanced team. Josh Allen, Dalvin Cook, CeeDee Lamb, Kyle Pitts. I mean, very, very balanced team. I don't mind that at all. What was I talking about? Elliott. Oh, yeah. Just because Elliott is going to be fed more. Jerry Jones says we're going to feed him. He's going to be the guy. The offense, we're going to focus on him. He's going to be the focal point of the run attack. Doesn't mean he's going to stay healthy. If anything, it guarantees he's going to be overfed, and he's probably getting hurt at some point. So let me be very clear about my stance on Elliott because it is kind of evolving a little bit. Not a lot, just I start to like him a little more and a little less and a little more and a little less. But me liking him a little more means like middle of the 4th round or top of the 4th round, or saying if you get screwed out of running back 1 and you go wide receiver Josh Allen or something, that puts you in a position where you're struggling at your running back 1 and 2. Like Elliott is your 4th round pick and then you cuff him to Pollard. I can get behind that in certain scenarios where you can explain it to me, right? So I want everyone to understand I'm not against Elliott. It's not about me hating Elliott. It's about me believing he'll stay healthy, and I don't believe he will. So you got to get him in a place where cuffing him to Pollard sum total makes sense for your roster. 4th round and Pollard late makes sense. In some cases, not every case. It's not something I target. I'm not going after it. I don't want it by any means. But if it falls to me, I'm going to be okay with it. If everything looks, on par with what makes sense for that. So I just want people to understand that. I'm not like anti-Elliott, and I don't think Elliott will absolutely bust per start, but do I think he'll stay healthy? I think the odds are below 50-50 he stays healthy if they feed him like Jerry Jones says they're going to feed him, which means he's going to get overfed as an older running back that's lost a step, that's going to take bigger hits because he can't break through the line of scrimmage as fast. He'll be hit by bigger, stronger guys than he used to get hit by because he's going to be slower and caught up behind the line of scrimmage. And he might come out firing on all cylinders, but what you got to understand about the mileage, when he's had over 1,800 carries, if you include playoff carries, about 300 or so on top of his, 1,670 or whatever that number is, it ends up being about 1,800 total carries in his NFL career. To put that in perspective, do you know who has not even 800 carries that you almost don't want to draft, but you do. You're like on the fence. Christian McCaffrey. And I know he does a lot of work through the air. So does Zeke. But Christian McCaffrey's already at a point where you're wondering if this is the last year Christian McCaffrey can do it. And he's below 800 carries. Elliott has over 1,800 carries. And you can't expect him with a high percentage probability to stay healthy. You just can't. Okay, so that's my stance on Elliott. Ron Navy, Jefferson, Chubb, Breece Hall, Schultz, Amon-Ra, St. Brown. Actually really like this team, Ron, because I think you reached on Schultz big time. But somehow your team still looks really good. You got a decent deal on Chubb. Breece Hall, I think you paid very fair market value for, even though a lot of people think that's high. Schultz, you could have got at 5.3 probably with ease. But at that point, what do you get instead of St. Brown? Mike Williams. I mean, it doesn't really change anything, you know what I mean? So it was like your reach didn't really hurt that much. But I think this team's top, I don't know, 5 or 6 if I had to guess right now. Auto team, we won't do the auto team. James Conklin, Chase, Evans, ETN, Kittle, Hurts. Really, really like this team. Evans is a tad bit early for me, but I understand it. ETN, Kittle, Hurts. I love every other pick, and I even like the Evans pick, yeah. But I don't. It's not something that I'm like going after or attacking. But if it happens and it falls that way and you feel comfortable with it, that's a top 6 team. We're running out of top 6 spots. Man, I took Pitts already. Kittle's still there. I would have definitely taken Kittle. And I probably would have rather had DK. This happened in my real draft the other day. I would have rather have gone DK and Kittle than gone Kyle Pitts and now this wide receiver. So this backfired on me. That's a lesson for everybody watching. Don't overestimate the idea that Kittle's gonna fall, because Kittle probably will fall. Oh man, that really would have been a difference maker for my team. I don't know what to do here. I guess AJ going. Yeah, that was a big mess up. Dillon and Pitts versus DK and Kittle. Well, that's not that bad actually. That's actually not bad. I don't know if that's a mistake. Because I like Dillon. Cup, Kelsey, Higgins, Burrow, Jacobs. I don't like Jacobs, but Rock, I don't think you messed up too much. I think when you go early tight end, it just puts you in a bind, and you think, you could have done something different, but what could you have done? It just put you behind the 8 ball at running back, Frake, Najee, Hill, Herbert, Moore, Akers. I mean, not bad, bro. Not bad. Buckets got Swift, Debo, McLaurin, Waller, A-Rob. Okay. I think I can compete. I don't know if it's top 5, but Cook, Aaron Jones, Pitts, Pittman, Sutton. Good, but I don't know if it's top 4 or 5. Mixon, Javonte, Waddle, Metcalf, AJ Dillon. I really do like that team. It could be very sneaky, although the wide receivers, obviously they have to work out. On the clock here. Man, it got thin quick. I like Kareem Hunt a lot still. Henry, Diggs, Connor, Fournette, Brown. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of talent on the team. Things work out the way I believe you think they will, Brian. You're going to have a really good team. So keep trusting your gut. Keep trusting your gut, man. Adams, Lamb, Mahomes, Monty, Gibby. I actually really like this team at the end of the day, but I don't love Gibby. We're fading Gibby, but we're fading Gibby from round 4. I got him essentially in round 6. So if anybody wants to know where my line in the sand is, I think it's probably the end of the 5th round. I think I'll probably get back on the Gibby train if he's going to fall. What's John saying here? John says, bro, telling you no other pick is worse than people who draft Carson last year, running back 2 to retired. What's that about though, John? All right, let's go into another mock here. How many picks away am I here? So this team's pretty good. I don't hate this team. Josh Allen, Cook, Dillon, Lamb, Kyle Pitts, Hunt. I feel pretty good about it. I don't think it's my best team ever, but I do like it quite a bit. Let's go with that. Copy the link. Meet the Woo, where are you? Did you DM me? Let me drop this in the graveyard chat. There you go. Let me drop this in the YouTube group here. And let me see if Meet the Woo DM me. Here you go, Meet the Woo. Jump in. I take care of my people. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm going to give Tariq the link in case Tariq wants to jump in. Global. I don't know if he's watching. Brian, here you go. I think Brian, you're in the. Yeah, you're already in. Okay. Look at that. Fill this sucker up all the way. One more person can grab this spot. Oh, it's gone. Okay, here we go. If anybody wants in, let's drop another one. Let's do two at the same time. This one I'll drop in the chat. Go boom. There you go. All right, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2. That's all I got. JT in this draft. I'm drafting from the 6th spot. In this draft, I'm drafting from the 1, and I took JT. I'm on the clock in this draft. More in round 7. I could take Walker there. Like middle or end of round 7. JT, McCaffrey, Jefferson, Chase, Henry, and then I'm on the clock here. Najee hasn't gone yet. I'm going Najee Harris. I think he's getting so disrespected right now. It's crazy. Taylor, McCaffrey, JJ, Cup, Jamar, Najee, Derrick Henry. Rock out is up. Derrick Henry, then Eckler. Eckler felt pretty good. Media took Cooper Kupp. What's up, Media? Eckler fell far in both of these drafts. It's good value. Why is Eckler falling? Are people just... Seems like the Spiller buzz is really getting to people. I'm starting to really like Eckler's value right now. Like, I didn't love him in the top 4. But, what's up, 24? Can't believe I got in, AJ says. Attaboy, AJ. I'm on the clock again over here. Let's go wide receiver. I'm definitely needing to get. Let's get Hopkins up in this mug. Ron Navy's on the clock. Ron the Dawn. Cheers to you, Open 24. Appreciate all you do. You've been here for a long time. You've been here for. You've been, even though you haven't been around lately, you've been here from near the beginning or close to it. Love Eckler's value right now. I do too. Stuff on that. So I was just saying, I can't believe he's fallen. It's crazy. You're up in ESPN. Thank you, T-Bone. Appreciate it. All right, I'm almost up here. I better queue. AJ Brown. God, you guys snipe so much. Let's try Kelsey. Rock out. Let's see if I can draft a team I like with Kelsey at the same place you were. essentially. Josh Allen, a wee bit early. Freed, but you know what? Do you? It's early, but it's not that early. You know, you do what you want with that, and you can definitely do well with it. And maybe you're drafting in a league at 6 points per TD pass, so you're kind of trying that out, and I feel that. I understand it. Any dynasty? We'll probably do a dynasty show right after this. We are only live for another 25 minutes here. I set a timer on this one as well as the one earlier today. Not that I'm going to do that all the time, but I'm going to try and figure if I can pace myself a little better, I can get to more post-production videos. And I really want to upload a bunch of videos, you know, on top of doing the lives. And sometimes my lives get so long that I end up not being able to do both, and it ends up putting me in a position where I'm like, I wanted to get to more today, and I wasn't able to get another video uploaded. And, you know, like a premiere or just a regular video, I'm going to do a lot more videos. I need a way to budget some of my time a little bit better in terms of, like, sometimes I'll go 2 and 3 hours on a show that I meant to go 1 hour. We'll maybe go live on the Dynasty channel right after this. Open24, are you subscribed to the Dynasty channel? I'm gonna pin that link in the chat right now. So please subscribe right now, Open24. There's a Dynasty channel. I'm on the clock in both drafts, so man, what am I gonna do here? Let's go AJ Brown. Okay, I'm gonna get over to this draft. I'm on the clock in this draft. Yeah, I'm gonna time out. Ah! So I'm on the clock in all three at the same time. So I did kind of what you did. I was gonna avoid going quarterback, but I was about to time out, and in a split second I decided, rock out, you had a quarterback as well. So I'm drafting the same exact team you drafted in terms of running back. You might have got a wide receiver, I forget, but let's see if I like my team. Maybe the key is to go, if you go Kelsey, you have to go RB in the first round to make it make sense. Maybe that's the formula. I timed out. There you go. There you guys go. You can see me take Barkley at the top of the first round because I auto drafted. I forgot to come back. I'm up in 3 picks in that one. Yeah, I did not mean to take Barkley. I would have probably taken Breece Hall. I'd have probably reached on Breece Hall at 3.1. So I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I timed out. I'd rather make Barkley's ADP climb than Breece Hall's ADP. So I'm going to close my eyes and picture Breece Hall on that team. And this team, look, I reached on Kelsey, I reached on Mahomes, and I still love the squad. Like, anybody going to tell me this team's not going to hold its own week in and week out? You're out of your mind. But the question is, will I land these next picks to make this team dangerous, or is it just going to be competitive? Dameon Pierce. I might go auto on this team. So on ESPN, I finished with Josh Allen, Dalvin Cook, A.J. Dillon, CeeDee Lamb, DeAndre Hopkins, Kyle Pitts, Kareem Hunt, Kenneth Walker, Ayuk, and Dameon Pierce. Pretty good. I've drafted better, but I was a little distracted. I'll turn the sound off on this one. I'll turn on auto, and I'm going to focus on these two. On the clock here. Fading Gibson in mid-4, but maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm looking at this and I'm like, I do need a wide receiver. McLaurin's there. Okay, so rock out. Are you here? I'm sure you're here. I think I figured it out, bro. I think this is the formula. If you want to go tight end early, just make sure your first rounder's an RB. If you make sure your first rounder's an RB, you literally can go tight end early. You can reach for a quarterback, and you can grab a wide receiver that you love. That's a low-end wide receiver one. But look at that. Look at that team. Does anybody not think that early Kelsey team looks really good. Rock out, that's balling, bro. Najee, Kelsey, Mahomes, McLaurin. What do you think of that? Pretty darn good. Unbelievable. I was not expecting to like this team. I definitely don't love this team because of the Barkley pick. I know. Smitty, Barkley's going to ball. You'll see. I'm going to cue a couple players that I like. And go to the running back position and cue a couple players that I love. Too early for Kenneth Walker, but in a regular league, I probably would consider him the next round, like or after, but I would definitely not take him this early. Let's go with Hollywood in this one. I like St. Brown too. Look at that rock out. That's balling, bro. Najee, Kelsey, Mahomes, McLaurin, Hollywood. That's a really good Kelsey early drafted team, which I normally don't like, but the key is running back. Because I think when you look at here, all I would have had left at running back at this McLaurin pick. So if I had gone wide receiver, tight end, quarterback, my running back one would have been Gibson, which isn't horrible. But again, it's tough to believe in him right now. But I wouldn't mind Gibson in this scenario had I gone like Jamar, Kelsey, Mahomes, and Gibby. But this team's better than that. So, JT, Aaron Jones, Keenan Allen, Lamar, Gibby. I wouldn't say that it's not capable of being top 6. I just don't know that I would hand it an automatic top 6 team without looking at the rest of the rosters. So it's a pretty good team. On the clock here, I need back-to-back wide receivers potentially. So I could go Deontay and Amon-Ra. I could have gone quarterback too. I could have went Kyler. But I just wanted to try that out. Not bad. Not a bad team. JT, Barkley, AJ Brown, Deontay, St. Brown. Pretty strong. I don't think it would be top 5. I can admit that. So McCaffrey from the 2-pick Pizza Town. McCaffrey, Kamara, Barkley, Waller, Judy. That's pretty interesting. I mean, Kamara's really tough in round 2, but it could also win you a league. It could lose you a league. It could win you a league. You know. Media, I'm getting to your pick. Don't worry. Jefferson, Evans. I think Evans is going a little too early, guys, in the second round. I think maybe like the turn picks, but that's just me. I could be wrong. Jefferson, Evans, Breece Hall. Love that combo, though. Mike Williams, Elliott, that's definitely in the top 6-ish range for sure. Jamar, AJ Brown, ETN, Waddle, Hurts, Luter. I know when it's Luter because it feels like an all Smitty team whenever Luter drafts, and Luter's not just repeating and rinsing and repeating what he sees on the fantasyfootballshow.com, which you might want to go to get all your content. Your bold predictions, your one-on-one text advice, your trade calculator, which your boy Smitty invented the first instant-based trade calculator in about 2003-ish. And bold predictions, I've been dropping those since the beginning to 2003. Luter's thinking for himself. I don't mean to like insinuate that Luter's taking the doctrine over at the fantasyfootballshow.com and just applying it blindly. This guy knows what he's doing. I'm saying he's learned a lot, and now he's a machine. He's a drafting machine. Luter knows what he's doing. Luter graduated from the fantasyfootballshow.com years ago. He's like an alum that comes back to give speeches and talk about his experiences. Luter is a graduate. He's a graduate on his way to a doctorate at the fantasyfootballshow.com and fantasy football drafting. Luter, you're a top 3 team. I love it. You don't even have a running back 2 yet. I still love it. This team, yeah, we'll go over that real quick, and then we'll roll through one. Maybe we'll roll through 2 more 10-second mocks. Or maybe just 1 10. I don't know. Henry, Josh Allen, Fournette, Deontay, Akers. It's got potential. Harris, Kelsey, Mahomes, McLaurin, Hollywood. I would say it's top 4. I don't know that I'd say it's better than Luter's. So Luter, yeah, maybe it is. Because I only have 1 running back. He only has 1 running back. Mine's Najee. His is ETN. I love both of them. He's got better wide receivers than I do. I mean, you could argue he's got as good a quarterback. Maybe Luter's team is better. We're both top 4. Kayla, Swift, Hill, Herbert, Kittle, Moore. I would say that's top 5. That's a good team. It's got balance. Doesn't have a running back 2 like me and like Luter. But, I mean, what I would say to Kayla or even to myself or to Luter, if I was giving advice to these draft styles, is that every single one of us 3, like this is important. So Kayla and Luter, your strategy may not create, a top 10 or create a 10 out of 10 type of team in our environment. But if you applied the same draft strategy all the way down to the 6th and 7th round in a regular draft where you weren't drafting with our like-minded community, you would get Kenny Walker. You would get maybe even Eli Mitchell or someone like that into those running back 2 spots that you, me, and Luter don't have, and you would win the league. So Walker went at 5.8. He's not going there in a regular draft. You put Walker, Kenny Walker, and Tony Pollard, or Kenny Walker and A.J. Dillon on this team, 1.7 Kayla's team with the Swift, Hill, Herbert, Kittle, DJ Moore, and Kenny Walker, or on Luter's team, 10 out of 10. 9 out of 10 at least. So just because you come out of one of our mock drafts without having that 10 out of 10 ranking, know that you're on track to something that would crush in a normal environment. Absolutely crush. We are sniping fools, James, and it's good training. And Backbone says, Smitty, I've been watching you for a few years now. I'm always lurking and never really commenting, and just wanted to say I appreciate you. You've helped me a lot over the last couple of years. Thank you, Backbone. I appreciate you saying that. Hopefully you're still here. And, you don't comment a lot, so let's send you to the moon, pal.
To the moon.
I appreciate you. Chubb, Javonte, Higgins, Julio. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? What are we doing here with Julio Jones at 4.5? Are we being serious? Are you trolling me? Next. Cooper Kupp, Debo, Monty, Mitchell, Cooper. We knew you'd have a Niner, okay? I think we knew you'd probably have 2 Niners. I'm surprised you don't have Lance as well. But I would say it's a good team, bro. I would say it's a good team. I mean, Mitchell, Monty are pretty good running backs for a no running back until the 3rd round. I don't like Cooper very much, but, we could argue that one. So I like that. It's not bad. I don't think you're top 4, but I don't hate the team at all. Eckler, Diggs, Metcalf. Metcalf's a little bit early. He's going around 5 now. So you might want to keep that in mind, Nene. You might not. You might want to. That's a Nene. That's a no-no. That's a no-no, Nene. You don't want to take Metcalf in the 3rd round. Nene. Pitts. A little early, but I like him a lot. Like a 4th drafted player, I could argue it. But it definitely is early. You went early on Metcalf. You went early on Pitts, and I don't particularly love Jacobs. So it's going to be hard for me to rank this team amongst the best in the world. But I will say that you've got, I think, some good things in place, some good mentalities to deploy, you've a good eye for talent. It's just a matter of getting them in the right draft picks so you can maximize the talent and upside. Logan, Dalvin Cook, Joe Mixon, Andrews, Pittman, and St. Brown. It could be sneaky. Lamb, Adams, Burrow, Connor, Hawkinson. I'm always honest. Look. Doesn't matter how much you super chat. I'm here to help you win. So I'm going to be honest with Avatar. I'm not going to just say Avatar, great team, amazing team. Very good through 3 rounds, and the 4th pick was solid. A lot of people are going to like that Connor pick. So don't mind me if I'm like, there are a couple players I like a little bit better. Like, don't mind me. But Hawkinson, I don't know if you timed out. Maybe you did. He seems to be the biggest timeout pick of all time. But I would say that is a big miss there at 5.12. Difference between the top 5 team and not is landing that pick. So, because you have 2 of them back to back. I don't know who was there, but I will say this, that Avatar, you would have had much better options in a regular draft where we're not sniping each other. So, Lamb, Adams, Burrow, Connor, and who would you have had back to back to make this team a top 5 team? You would have done it. But I don't think this particular, I don't love Connor and Hawkinson. I'm not a big fan of those 2 picks. I'm just not. But I love Burrow, love Adams, love Lamb. I'm here for it. Let's see here. Real quickly, Taylor, Brown, Barkley. My team's not top 5. McCaffrey, Andrews. Andrews is too early for me, AA, but that's me. I don't like seeing all these wide receivers without, with Sutton being in there and not seeing another RB before I'm getting an RB before I'm getting Sutton in that situation. Jefferson, Josh Allen, Hall, Mitchell, Kittle.
You've just been Smitty approved.
You thought I wasn't going to like that, did you? I was scratching my head because it's too good. You reached on Josh Allen, and you still got Breece Hall. You still got Eli Mitchell, who wasn't like you stole him away. He's about going the top of 5. So you even took him a little early. You took Josh Allen a little early. You took Breece Hall a little early. You took Mitchell a little early. And that's okay because you crushed it. This team is absolutely phenomenal. And Frake, you would have probably got St. Brown and Hopkins, or Hopkins and Ayuk, which is my favorite 2 pairing. For top team so far. Probably going to be the number 1 team when I'm done with this. Kupp, Evans, Fournette, Mike Williams, Akers. Pretty smooth. Pretty smooth squad. Conklin's got Jamar Chase, Aaron Jones, ETN, Judy Waller. That's really good, Conklin. I don't know if it'd be top 2 or 3, but at the end of the draft, at the end of looking at it, I could come back and say, yeah, that's top 3. I just don't want to anoint it yet. I'd anoint Frakes. Frakes is definitely there. Frake is balling. Frake is ball. Like, am I wrong, or am I right or wrong on that? Frake's team is balling. Look at this team. While I get to Ron Navy, Ron the Don super chat. Ron dropping a wad. Ron.
Let's go! Mashed potatoes!
Ron dropping a $9.99 dollar hauler wad load droppage. And he says, welcome to Snipeville mock draft party. Yeah, that's the way it feels. But it's great. It's great training. It's like having your significant other in your ear screaming at you while you're drafting. It's like the best training you could have. When draft day comes, it'll feel like you're smoking a cigar with your feet up with a 4-hour timer. You know what I'm saying? This is what this does for us. Unbelievable. Frank has just killed it. This is a good team. It's a good team. Harris, Hill, Herbert, Monty, Dillon. Yeah, it's sneaky. I don't know what happened with Team 7. They bailed. Eckler, Debo, McLaurin, Connor, Schultz. I like it. I mean, it's pretty well-rounded. Mixon, Kelsey, Higgins, Mahomes, Hunt. Mixon, Kelsey, Higgins, Mahomes. Pretty decent. I don't know if it's top 4, but I mean, it feels okay. It feels you just need Hunt to like crush it, you know. Swift, Lamb, Pitts, Burrow, Gibby. That hits weird. That hits in a weird way. Like Gibby, I don't love Gibby, but I do actually like him again. If we're talking end of round 5, we might see Gibby fall all the way. This Brian Robinson news. Normally we see news pop, right? News pops and we say to ourselves, okay, Zeke Elliott, right? Gonna get fed. Attention. I gotta do this quiet because Miss Smitty we had a long night tonight. You guys can see it all on my stories. And so she's tired and I don't want to wake her up. But Jerry Jones comes out and says, hey, this is Jerry. We're gonna feed course meals moving forward. Full course meals. Okay? And we see, usually, we're on the other side of this thing. We're like, hey, gather around. You hear what everybody's saying? Tony Pollard season. We're not buying it. We're buying Tony Pollard even cheaper. We're hoping that the numbers get pumped up. You know, just like in Wolf of Wall Street, pump those numbers up. Pump them up. Send Zeke to the second round. Send him to the second round. I love it. I love it. I hope Zeke Elliott lives in round 2. But this Gibby stuff, we kind of backed off, right? Brian Robinson, goal line guy. And I think we rightly so backed off, right? Okay, top of 4, no more. Gibson's no more top of 4. He just can't, right? You can't get Gibby in the top of 4. It doesn't make sense. But if everybody else reacts badly to the Brian Robinson goal line guy, if you missed it, he's going to get the goal line carries. News report. It was just out of the Athletic too. It wasn't even like the team said it. But it's worrisome because why is it being said this early? We already worried about, without Brian Robinson on the field, we already had enough to worry about with McKissick and the injury and the fact that, you know, Gibby just felt like he was getting 1/3 the workload. And this is before Brian Robinson showed up. So Brian Robinson comes in, and Brian Robinson's getting goal line work and some of the first down work or whatever. And you got McKissick and you got Jared Patterson. It's like, this is a mess. But right here, Gibby going at 5.10, I'm back in. This is a case where I'm back in if we can get him here. And this team right here by Jimmy, Swift, Lamb, good deal on both those guys. Kyle Pitts is a little bit of a reach. Burrow's a little bit of a reach. And Gibby's a steal, even though I'm staying away, but he's now a steal at this value. My line in the sand is clearly above 5.10. My line in the sand is probably somewhere in the beginning of 5 or mid 5, where a player flips from avoid, flips from the line in the sand into a value grab. This team right here is built to win. This team right here is going to get a Smitty approved. We have 2 monsters.
You've just been Smitty approved.
We got 2 monster squads in this draft. Frake and Jimmy. Frake and Jimmy are battling it out for first place. Absolutely love both these teams. Congratulations to both of you. These are phenomenal squads. Absolutely love them. That's a great team. Well balanced. I don't draft balance on by design. You draft balance through best player available. I don't know whose is better. I'd have to say it's pretty darn close to even. Diggs, Adams, Waddle, Elliott, Hurts. If you just landed, like if you got Gibby and Elliott, it'd be a little bit different. I'd be looking at this team going, okay, maybe this makes sense, you know. Cook, and it's still a good team. Cook, Javonte, Pittman, Metcalf, A-Rob. I like that team, Ron. I think, like, if it's me, give me Burrow or Mahomes instead of Pittman. And give me, like, Kenneth Walker later, and then I love the team. Like it's top 4, easy in this draft. Now, you like Pittman more than I do. A lot of you do. So, you know, do you. But I'm just saying, from my perspective, had you landed that bigger quarterback that I think is more advantageous than Pittman is over wide receivers like Hopkins and Ayuk. Like, give me Hopkins at 6 and 7, Hopkins and Ayuk at round 6 and 7, over having just Pittman. And you guys might balk at that. You might say that's crazy. That's fine. That's why we play the game. But I think Pittman as a third drafted player is a mistake. I'm not saying he can't earn it. I'm not saying Pittman won't be good. I'm just saying that it's too risky. Okay? He could earn it. Taking Kenneth Walker in round 5 is a mistake. Could he earn it? Absolutely. Kenny Walker could crush round 5 value. But is it a mistake? It is. It's a big mistake to take Kenny Walker in 5. Is it a mistake to take Pittman in 3? I think it is. Could he earn it? Yeah. But Pittman can crush his ADP from a lot later value. I think if you take Pittman too early, you're playing with the upside and risk, to a point where it's like there's more risk than there is upside. Because Pittman, answer this question honestly. Do you think Pittman's going to crush third drafted player value? You can't possibly think he's going to annihilate it. He's going to score what Debo scored last year. Is Pittman going to be as good as Evans is going to be this year? You know what I mean? So, Pittman to me is mid-4th round. Ziggy, off. Looks like we're probably not doing another mock, guys. I did too much talking here. Ziggy, off. Ziggy, stop. He's worthless. Ziggy, stop. Ron Navy wasn't going to overdraft QB early. Yeah, but so my point here, Ron, I appreciate your stance, and nobody changed the way you draft. If you don't believe what I believe about early quarterbacks and when to go early quarterback, when to pull the trigger, I'm kind of describing when I would, and that's okay if you're different. But when you're talking about Ayuk and Hopkins being a guy that could replace a guy, because Hopkins is out six games, give me Hopkins. We do got to do this. We can do a quick dynasty show. Quick. Hopkins and Ayuk over Pittman. Give me both of those guys over Pittman when it affords me to go Mahomes or Burrow at that pick. I mean, honestly, answer that question. Would you rather have Pittman and a quarterback like Stafford, Pittman and Stafford, or would you rather have Burrow, Ayuk, and Hopkins? Because that's the apples to apples comparison. If you're truly being honest with what would you get, what would you not get, I'd rather have Ayuk in the potential of a Hopkins, and you could throw in a second player if you want, or a third player, to have Burrow. It just makes a whole lot of sense to me, is my point. But let me know if you feel differently in the chat. Good teams, man. Jimmy and Frake just crushed it. Appreciate all of you guys. I wish I could do more tonight, but we've gone an hour. I'm going to go live on the Dynasty channel right now. I've got that link pinned in the live chat. So go to that link right now. We're going to go straight to the Dynasty channel. Pittman will probably be a target hog, but I'm on the fence with him. I tend to pass on him every time, says AJ. I can get a wide receiver trio of Chase, Pittman, and Amon-Ra St. Brown. I'm happy. Pittman and Russ is a killer duo. Alpha says Burrow, Ayuk, and washed up Hopkins, says 49er Media. Hey, that's why we play the game. But don't give me Pittman in the middle or to late round 3. Too early for me. But you guys do you. It's not a take a lap offense from my perspective. I just think it leaves a lot of value untapped. It's like taking Walker. Basically, Pittman in round 3, anywhere in round 3, feels like Kenneth Walker in round 5. So I want that to make complete sense. I'm not telling you Pittman's going to bust from round 3. I'm saying you're leaving a lot of value on the table, and I just don't know that I love that cost, benefit combination ratio there. I'm out of here. I'm live Monday through Friday. I will be live at some point tomorrow. Maybe we'll do a breaking news show or some kind of panic chamber episode or something like that tomorrow. For those that aren't subscribed to the Dynasty channel, go do it. And then also make sure YouTube memberships right here. I'm going to drop the link and I'm going to pin that. But first, click that Dynasty channel that I've got pinned up there. We're going right over there right after this right now. I just pinned YouTube memberships. Tomorrow, Sunday, we got our YouTube calls. Our 2 video calls on the Discord. You got to be a YouTube exclusive member to be able to join it. Appreciate you all. I will talk to you all later from this channel tomorrow. And right now, let's go on over to the Dynasty channel. See you over there in about, 30 seconds. Peace out. Guys, I'm going right over to the Dynasty channel. I'm going to drop that link right now again one more time for you guys that are listening and want to go over. We're going live on the Dynasty channel right now. There's the link in the chat. It's pinned. See you over there.